Hey, chapter 8 in Max Malone Makes a Million. This is called Baseballs for Sale. Austin Healy is having his appendix out today, said Max. Yeah, I heard about that, said Gordy. He threw up all his popcorn last night. Too bad. He has to miss Dusty Field on Friday. Max and Gordy were on their way to Toys for Less. They each had $2.50 to spend at the store's giant summer clearance sale. When they reached the store, they saw signs on all the windows. Summer blowout, prices slashed, 25 to 50% off selected items. Hope we find some good stuff, said Max as they went inside. And they walked past the first few counters, which displayed the inexpensive toys and prizes like the ones they bought for their carnival. They were looking for more expensive quality items. Max hoped to find something worth $5 for half off. Then he would have enough money. He didn't have to look far. The idea hit him the moment he saw them. That's it, he cried. That's perfect. What is? What's perfect? Asked Gordy. Max pointed to a box of rubber baseballs. A sign on the box read 20 cents each. Don't you see? We buy these baseballs for 20 cents each, then we sell them at a higher price to people who want Dusty Field's autograph. You're a genius, said Gordy, slapping Max on the back. That's an idea. All we have to do is figure out how many balls we can buy for $5. Let's see now. If each ball costs 20 cents and we have $5, I forget, do we multiply or divide? We divide, said Max, writing and erasing in the air 20 cents into $5. Gordy was impressed. How many can we buy, Max? Hold your horses. I have to move the decimal. Max continued writing, but he stopped suddenly in midair. Wait, I have another idea. First, we have to see the manager. Max's eyes searched the store for someone who looked like a manager. He saw a young woman walking around giving orders to the workers. That must be the manager, he said, walking toward her. Gordy followed, and a few minutes later, Max was asking, Excuse me, but are you the manager? Yes, said the young woman. Can I help you? I was wondering, said Max. If we buy those rubber baseballs in quantity, how much will you sell them for? The manager looked up at the ceiling the way Gordy had done. Max waited nervously. How much do you want to spend? She asked after a while. $5, including tax, he answered. I'll tell you what. Summer's over and I need the space more than I need the baseballs. For $5, including tax, you can have the whole box. There should be close to 50 balls in there. 50, Max cried out. It's a deal. 48 baseballs at 50 cents apiece will really make a fortune. Well, almost, said Max. 46, Gordy corrected. We have to save 2 for ourselves. It was Friday morning, and Max and Gordy, each carrying a bag of baseballs, were on their way to the sporting goods store. It was only 9:30, and the store didn't open until 10, but they wanted to get there early so they didn't miss a single person. A long line of kids was already forming at the front door. Everyone wants to meet Dusty Field, said Max. My father said his autograph might become valuable someday, said Gordy. A real collectible. Some kids had come prepared with their own baseballs and mitts for autographing. Some had autograph books, and a few were holding scraps of paper, but most of them didn't have anything. Max was sure that lots of people would want the baseballs. Well, he was almost sure. Well, there were so many people, but what if nobody wanted to buy any? What if he and Gordy got chased by the store owner or the police? Rosalie had warned him about that. Well, we don't have a license, but let's just try it. Okay, you go first, said Max. No, you first. It was your idea. We'll go together, said Max. And he dipped his hand in the bag and pulled out 2 baseballs. He forced himself to walk along the line of kids and called out, Baseballs for sale, just 50 cents. And he waved them around so everyone could see them. Few people glanced in Max's direction, but turned away. Gordy, in the meantime, was calling out, Get your baseballs autographed by Dusty Field, just 50 cents. Sure to become a collectible someday. To his surprise, Max saw that a few kids actually went over to buy some balls from Gordy. Max then took up the call. Get your baseballs autographed by Dusty, just 50 cents. Sure to become valuable. He didn't want to copy Gordy exactly. Girl with an autograph book came over to buy a baseball. A baseball's better than an autograph book, she said. And a little boy who was with his mother also bought one. Some kids had scrap papers that they had stuffed into their pockets or dumped the scraps into the garbage can and bought a ball for Max. Max was having a great time. He could see that Gordy was too. The scene was just as he had pictured it. He was selling what people would buy, and the more he sold, the more confident he became. "Take me out to the ball game," he said, and the crowd in front of the store joined in as Max led the singing. Suddenly, Max stopped singing. Someone inside the store, the manager probably, was standing at the door staring at Max. Max stared back and then looked away. This was it. He and Gordy would be asked to leave. He should have known it was too good to be true. The manager opened the door and the kids pushed their way in, but the manager disappeared. He was nowhere in sight, and there were no police. Max decided that if someone came and told him to stop, he would. But until then, he was just going to keep selling. Well, he continued to do it as more and more people came. Dusty was going to be signing autographs until noon, but by 11, Max and Gordy were sold out of their baseballs, all except the two they had saved for themselves. "I can't believe it," said Max. Then he and Gordy were waiting in line to meet Dusty. He sold them all. "I thought our goose was cooked when I saw the manager staring at me." Max's mother always used that expression. My goose was cooked, even though she had never cooked a goose in her life. "I can't believe we're getting Dusty's autograph," said Gordy. "I wish the line would move faster. Dusty's hand will be getting worn out by the time he gets to us." At last, it was their turn. Dusty was tall and thin and had a friendly smile. He wasn't wearing a uniform, just jeans and a t-shirt, but he looked like a baseball player anyway. Max and Dusty shook hands with him. "Nice to meet you," they said. "Would you sign this ball to Max?" "Sure," said Dusty, and he signed the ball. "To my pal Max, Dusty Fields." "Wow, thanks, Dusty." Gordy couldn't think of anything great to say either, so he handed Dusty his ball and said, "I'm Gordy. To my pal Gordy, Dusty Fields." "Wow," said Gordy. Here's a picture of them selling their stuff. "This was a great day," said Max. "Let's go home and split up the money." "We made a ton," said Max. "And all because we knew the market. We went where the people were and we bought in quantity, just like Austin." So, knew the market, went where there were people, and bought in quantity. Austin. Max had forgotten all about him. Little Austin Healy, who was home with a scar where his appendix should have been. Austin, who was looking forward to meeting Dusty. Why, if it weren't for Austin, Max would never have known about Dusty. He and Gordy would never have bought the balls. They never would have made it all that money. "We can't go home yet," said Max. "There's something we have to do first." He led the way to the baseball section of the store, and there in a bin were baseballs. Real league baseballs, not the rubber ones. They cost $3, but Max didn't care. He picked one up and showed it to Gordy. "This is for Austin. We'll get it autographed by Dusty for him." They bought the ball and waited in line again. "Let's see," said Gordy, looking up at the ceiling. "Not counting what we spent on Austin, if we sold 46 balls at 50 cents each, this time we multiply," said Max. So, figure out how much money they made, not counting what they spent on Austin, but how much they made originally, and let me know what you think. There's one chapter left, and then you'll be having your own project.